Hi y'all! With any luck, this will be my last video of the year. We have a dance on Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. and it is semi-formal, which means don't go out and buy a prom dress, but dress it up a notch. And we are not going to necessarily tell you what that looks like specifically, but we want you, when you're dressing yourself, to kind of consider, I guess uniform or better is a term we've used before, but just kind of considering, out of respect to the event, out of respect to the people who are putting it together, that you dress it up a notch and look snazzy. There are a few changes to the usual dress code at this final dance. For instance, for shoes, you can actually wear heels to this event if you'd like to, or sandals. Be a little careful with the heels. Most girls who show up in that, they're very beautiful. I would bring backup shoes because 2 hours on your feet, heels are not, so they're still beautiful, but when you're like limping across the floor, they get a little less beautiful, maybe less graceful. Shoes are still gorgeous. The grace kind of dies. Biggest deal with dresses is that you need to be covered. Dresses need to have straps, so veer away from the strapless. But as long as you have straps, that's actually allowed. And with girls, the biggest deal is the top of your dress and the bottom of your dress, making sure it's long enough, making sure everything is covered. There is nothing I hate more than talking to somebody about something showing. It is really awkward for all parties involved. And I would love not to have that event this year. And I'm sure Mr. Robinson agrees that those are not his favorite conversations. We have occasionally had people in the office calling home to get changes of clothes and all of that, and it's a nightmare and it ruins people's evenings. And so we're just kind of warning you now, like, make some really good choices. Make some choices you're sure on. If you're not sure, you might want to bring the dress and show it, or snap a picture and email Mr. Robinson or myself or Miss Hahn, or somebody that you trust that can make a really good opinion for you and can kind of vouch for you. So just suggesting you kind of take care of that in advance. I do suggest bringing suit jackets for the boys, or for the girls really. That's a gentlemanly gesture. Or sweaters and leggings. We were hoping to have this dance outside, but as the sun goes down, it's going to get a little cooler, and I know you think you won't get cold, but you might. The other thing is, sweaters and leggings is the easiest way to fix a wardrobe concern. So if you have leggings, even if you don't need them and a friend needs them, you can kind of bail somebody out. But I suggest every year, bring a sweater, bring leggings. There's almost zero coverage issues that can't be covered with a pair of leggings and a sweater. So bring those, one for warmth, two just in case anyone has a question about the outfit. And last but not least, you need to stay at the dance. Oh, it's not last but not least. I got one more. You have to stay at the dance. When we have events, you can't have people coming and going because it's called a liability issue, but it just basically means we don't know where you went, and we can't be responsible for where you went. So if you're coming to the dance, make sure you know you're going to be there from 7 to 9. You plan to stay that whole time, and you stay at the dance. Not usually a problem. Once people know that that's why we're stalking you to the door and looking like bouncers. Very last but not least, just a reminder that we can't have any any non-NDPA individuals at our dance. So if you've got friends from other schools, that is so cool, or if there's people from previous years that want to come visit, maybe at 9 o'clock when you're picking everybody up, they can swing by and say hi to everybody, but they actually can't be at our dance. Again, a liability issue because they don't go to our school, so we don't have jurisdiction over them. We don't have any power, control, anything. So that's kind of that issue. So just so you know, so it doesn't ruin your night or someone else's, we can't have any non-NDPA people there. Cool? I think that covers it. See you Friday night.